In a year when the Rolling Stones and Prince had to cancel gigs in old venues, Féile 90 in Thurles is doing well so far. Last night, today and tomorrow, thousands of young people are going or on their way there for what the promoters say is a festival of music of Woodstocking in proportions. The Black Velvet Band, Van Morrison, Deacon Blue and the four of us are playing. What made you pick Thurles?
It's a very central location and the site itself is very secure. The problem with three-day events in the past has been lack of security at sites. This is an amazingly secure site. Everyone has to come in through the turnstiles. There's always the huge catering for large crowds at events like the Munster Final. So that was one of the main reasons.
Is rock concerts near to the heart of the GAA?
Well, the facts of it are that sentiment doesn't enter into it when you have to pay the bills.
Lovers a ring when he went too far. Now he's alone and he's white and cheap.
This is the backstage area here at Féile, and it's like Dublin Airport on a bad day. There's four bands, one stacked up, one coming in, one packing up, and one on stage. Altogether, something like 70,000 people are expected here at the concert over the 3 days. Last night there was 25,000 people, today 40,000, and nobody knows who'll turn up tomorrow. But the one thing everybody knows is that everybody here is having a great time. This was the scene in Thurles tonight, on the final day of Féile 92. Thousands of people in the main square dancing and drinking and making their way then to the stadium after a 3-day festival of music, fun and whatever else was going. The music was the best in Europe. From David Byrne last night to Christy Moore tonight, Buddy Guy earlier and Brian Adams later on. According to the organisers, this has been one of the most successful Féiles in years. Although the square behind me is packed, there have been few incidents or any reports of trouble. The organisers say they've hundreds of extra security personnel and stewards on duty here, and the guards so far this Sunday evening say that they're very happy with the crowd.
From a Garda point of view, it has been very successful. We have had no major incidents to date. Approximately 70 persons have been arrested and they will be appearing before the district court in the morning. The offences are mostly drug-related offences, approximately 15 thefts from cars and tents and a few assaults.
Is that a large proportion in the context of the amount of people that are here?
Not really. There are approximately 90,000 young people in Thurles at the moment. 99.9% of them are very law-abiding.
We honestly think that everything must change, and we don't really think that we can come out with the same formula year after year. So we're going to take a break next year, and Féile may return in a revised format in future years. We haven't made a final decision, but Féile is a good concept. People look forward to it every year, and I could say that Féile will return in some format or other.
Should the town be sorry to lose it or not?
Well, there's substantial money goes into the town. It's hard to estimate, but £6 or £7 million over the weekend of Féile. That is a phenomenal amount of money for a small town. I'm quite sure that next year that will be sorely missed.
Amongst the uncertainty over whether or where this year's Féile Music Festival would be held has been going on. Now it appears that everything is settled, the uncertainty has finally ended, with Cork having been agreed as a venue. But why all the controversy? Why have the residents of so many places like Thurles, Kildare, Portlaoise rejected that concert? And will there be further protests from the people of Cork? Donna McGrath reports.
Féile in Thurles was probably Ireland's most successful rock festival. It's estimated over its run that it brought £7 million a year to the town and helped significantly reduce the debt on Semple Stadium. So why the objections in other proposed locations this year? A number of prominent Gardaí and clergy began to object about Thurles. Drink, drugs and debauchery were the first problems. There were complaints over the number of people seen drunk or on drugs in the town that was the birthplace of the GAA. The vast majority of the crowds, however, were peaceful and well behaved. There were comparatively few arrests. But wherever such large crowds gather, you will have crime. Crime which gave the festival a bad name for some.
One girl, she had £120 in her top pocket, and that was taken, and she can't remember the guy that took it, but the guards even said that it was at her own risk.
Having such a large temporary campsite also led to complaints of lack of facilities, a complaint which had led to fears of overcrowding in a number of proposed locations for this year's Féile. So what about Cork? Those in favour say Cork's experience of Shimsa Cushlee and other rock events in the past prepare it for all eventualities. But does it really? A modern 3-day rock festival is very different from those one-day events of the 70s and 80s. They attract bigger crowds for longer periods, needing more facilities and generally causing more problems. So what do the people of Cork think?
Féile, it's quiet, it's over-exaggerated anyway. Well, it's going to be drugs anyway, like brass anywhere, you know.
I don't know about drinking drugs, but I say if the Gardaí work out a good plan, I say there'll be no hassle.
Well, there's bound to be trouble with kids around, and drink and whatever you have, but there's nothing you can do about that.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Excellent. We're definitely going to see it.
I don't really know, because with a lot of drugs and drink, do you not think it would cause a lot of problems to our, as I say, nice city? I wouldn't be for it.
I think if it's well policed, well stewarded, well looked after, we'll have no trouble at all, I'd say. But I can see people in the area, alright, will be a little bit worried about it, around the Black Hawk area.
I think there's a good promotion for the city, and we've handled these type of events before, and I think we're well capable of handling them again.
It's very good for the Cork business, and there's never any trouble there, and it's fantastic for our business as well. We get great overtime out of it.